Hello there, this is 𝐓𝐚𝐤𝐿 and this Art of Rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt Legends Unite, and today I will be driving my Porsche 718 Cayman GT4 Club Sport in multiplayer to determine how far can it take me? And I will also cover a couple of little topics related to the Nintendo Switch version of this game. One has to do with the Muniz Events and the other one with the Grand Prix that just ended. Before I jump into it, if you like my content, you know what to do. Hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel, because doing both of those things helps this channel to grow, it keeps me going, so go ahead, do it for 𝐓𝐷. But alright, first quick topic is related to the Muniz Events. Now this, like I just mentioned, is related to the Nintendo Switch version of the game, because over here, because Asphalt Legends Unite arrived like a month later, we did not get several of the Muniz events. We got one recently. I think there's another one running at this moment, but we missed out on the first three. Fortunately, just today, this was posted on the official Discord server. This is by Boost, and it reads: Hey everyone, we're aware that due to a delay of the 𝐓𝐚𝐤𝐿 update for Nintendo Switch, players missed out on the Race with Muniz events alongside its rewards. We're happy to announce that Race with Muniz Part 1, 2, and 3 respectively will be available on the Nintendo Switch starting with Part 1 tomorrow. Then they provide over there a little calendar as to when these events are going to be happening. And then it just says, apologies for the delay and inconvenience, and thank you for your patience and understanding. Now, like I just mentioned, this was indeed a problem on the Nintendo Switch. Because in global, if you did all of the events, you will be, I think by now you will be able to unlock the car, maybe on the very last event, I'm not sure. But you definitely have the opportunity. But here on the Switch, because we missed out on some events, no matter what we did, unless we spent tokens or money, we were not going to be able to unlock the car. Now with these events that are going to be happening, well, now we will be able to, and that is fantastic to see that 𝐓𝐚𝐤𝐿 did consider that. I hope that they do the same for the Formula E events, because it's the same thing. We missed out on a bunch of those events, and over here I was only able to unlock it, while in global I was able to gold the car. So that tells you how big of a difference it is if we missed out on some of those events. But yeah, alright, that is the first topic. The second topic is a bit of a funny one, because it has to do with the Grand Prix of the Lamborghini Authentica that just ended. Now, this that you see on the screen right now, it's a recording that I did earlier when I claimed my rewards for the Grand Prix. You can see that it says that it ended. I finished in position 1 with 290 points. So what is special about this? Well, the fact that my rewards were nothing. Alright. No. It's not that I didn't get anything, it's just that it didn't show anything. In the global version, you know that there was this bug where you couldn't actually see what tier you were at, you couldn't see the rewards, you couldn't see all of that stuff, right? And that got patched in the global version. I think in all of the consoles, all of the platforms, it got fixed except here on the Nintendo Switch. So we still have this bug where you couldn't see what tier you were on, and that also affects precisely the results, where you don't even get to see what are the rewards that you're gonna get. So I was wondering, like, okay, so what's gonna happen now? Am I actually gonna get anything? And that's why I decided to record it in case there was some issue and I didn't get my rewards. So over here, I just was having a quick look at all of my opponents. By the way, shoutouts to all those people in the first, well, in second, third, fourth, fifth place. These guys were giving me a crazy battle. The only reason why I won this Grand Prix is because, again, I had the car at 4 stars from the first round, because obviously it's a Lambo, I was gonna go for it. But these other players were absolutely amazing, and they were playing much better, because with my 4-star car, they were still getting better times than I did. I was only able to edge it a little bit, and only by a little bit. But anyway, so yeah, I was looking at those, at the results and whatnot, and then I proceed to actually claim my rewards, and I was wondering, am I actually gonna get anything from this? And I did. I did get my key for the car, but still not knowing in what tier I was. I proceeded to well, unlock the car, then look at how many epics I had, and I'm not sure if I got epics from this or not, because I don't remember how many I had left. But then I realized that an easy way to tell if I was in tier 1 or 2 is if I had the decal, and I did get the decal. Let me rewind a little bit. There we go. So I went into the colors, you go into the decals, and there it is. I do own the decal, so I was at least in tier 2 or maybe even tier 1. I'm not 100% sure in which one I was, but there it is. So yeah, I was able to unlock the car. It was just kind of funny to not really know exactly where I was standing for all this time, but hey, there's my new car. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's talk about the Porsche. Now, before I actually get to play with it in multiplayer, I just want to quickly mention, I did a video just a couple of days ago talking about the special event for it, the special hunt, and the fact that in order to unlock the car, you need to have it at gold, basically, because if you look at the requirements, to get the key just says read the time of 44 seconds, but if you look at the top right, the requirement says that you need a rank of 3727, which is the the gold rank of this car. You need to have all the epics applied, except that you don't actually need to do that. I was curious to see if this was going to be the case. If you look at my upgrades, you will see that I have everything maxed out, but without a single epic applied. So this is the maximum rank of the car without any epics. But then what you can do is go into Overclock it, and that's going to give it an additional rank of 192, which, 92 or was it 95? 192, okay. So that puts it way above the required rank. So all you gotta do is overclock it. If you don't have any of the epics or you don't have the credits to apply them, just overclock the car and the car will be over the rank required and you will be able to unlock the car. Now, I'm actually gonna be testing this in multiplayer as is. This is, of course, a test in MP1, the ranked multiplayer series, and I said that I'm gonna test the car as is because I want to see how it performs at max rather than gold. You know what I mean? Max is with everything to the maximum amount of stars and everything upgraded as much as possible, but without actually applying the epics. Because, you know, in case you're having problems and you're like, oh, is it worth it? What if I don't get the epics? Because it takes a while to grind them and whatnot. Well, let's see what the car can do. It's a Class C car with a top speed of 321. It is okay for Class C. Acceleration is on the lower side at 72, really good handling at 84, and nitro of 68. It's pretty good. Now, the problem here is what I'm gonna be matched against, because here in Silver 1, this is the lowest car available. And you'll see that I might be facing Lamborghini Aventador, which is Class A, the Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. I think it would be a good matchup. The McMurtry Spearling, which is a very strong car. The Brabham BT62, another Class C. The Ferrari A12 Superfast Class A. The Ferrari FX6K, this is, I think, the main danger in this particular sub-tier of league or whatever you want to call it. Then we got the Maserati MC20, the GT2 version, Ferrari 599XX Evo, a strong car, and the Diablo GT. So we got a bunch of Class C cars. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Class C cars. But of all of them, in theory, this is the weakest. Now, the problem is, like I said, the Aventador is a common car and that's Class A, and the Ferrari FX6K is Class S. Let's have a quick look at the stats of this thing. It goes 20 kilometers faster. It has a 10 point of acceleration advantage. The handling is worse, but the nitro is a little bit better. Overall, this is a much better car than the Porsche. So that's why I'm a little bit concerned as to how this is going to be performing, whether you have it gold or not. I think it will mostly depend on which tracks you land on. For example, over here, we're in Himalayas. This is a top speed oriented track. My car won't be able to do anything over. Because like I said, there's a bunch of other cars that are much faster than mine. And while this is classic, for a moment I thought this was unbreakable, meaning that there were no knockdowns. But no, there is knockdowns. You have ghosts at the start of the race as usual. But yeah, there are knockdowns, so it's gonna be a little bit difficult to get something going, especially if you get knocked down. But either way, you just don't have the speed to compete against them. Now, there's always the possibility that some of the other players are going to be having a bad day and crashing here and there, even if they're, oh, Jesus Christ, using a much better car. But the reality is that this car in this particular series is not going to perform very well. So does that mean that this car is not worth it? Not exactly. Thing is that in every single one of the series, at least from I haven't done, you know, like a scientific experiment about this, but in all of the seasons that I've witnessed so far, and by seasons I mean the what they call it, the splits or whatever, the two-week seasons, they seem the pool of cars seems to be different every time. So for this particular season, we got some really weird pool of cars that this is being matched against. But maybe in the next one it won't be as bad. Maybe this car won't be even featured in the next one. So it is a bit of a coin toss as to whether or not the car is going to be able to perform, oh jeez, decent. Now over here I got a, what is it, a 4th place? Actually that didn't go too bad. Defeated by the FX6K, much faster, Sin, much faster. Defeated also by another 718, but that one not only, I don't know if it's gold, but at the very least it is overclocked. I defeated an FX6, F-Top TDF, those two cars are faster than me. So hey, like I said, there's always, as usual, some randomness to the races. Now, there's another thing to consider also. For example, you can see already Corvette Grand Sports, and oh boy, that's gonna be a headache. Why? Because those are already from a higher league, so there's a little bit of league mixing, you know that exists over here. So yeah, it's gonna be tough, but it's also gonna depend a lot on the track that you're driving on. Because if you get into top speed oriented tracks, this is where this car is not gonna be able to do a whole lot. I mean, if you drive it well and the RNG of the matches and the bad luck of other players smile upon you, then you might be able to do good. But overall, in top speed oriented tracks, you can expect to not get amazing results. So simply, this car is just not all that quick compared to what it's racing against. But if you're getting to more twisted track, well, then maybe this car is actually going to have a bit of a decent chance to do some damage, because while it may not have amazing acceleration by any means, in fact, I would say it's on the bad side. Jesus Christ. It's a very agile car, very high handling, very good nitro. Now, granted, not as strong as a Corvette Grand Sport, but you can kind of imagine that it kind of occupies a little bit that same role, with not great acceleration, very good handling, and pretty good nitro duration. So it's a little bit in that sense that type of car, but when it gets matched against the actual Grand Sport, well, you know, we get a 7th place, so got defeated by just about everything, thanks to a knockdown, I should clarify as well, but hey, it's fine. And it just seems like the game is like, nah, you wanted twisted tracks, let me give you just top speed tracks. So yeah, some bad luck for me right now. And even then, I'm still sort of defending myself. And I, by the way, put the one of the regular liveries for the car, just in case you were wondering, why does it look so different? Oh, because I had, you know, a custom color. I had it all white. It's fine. But yeah, it's really going to depend in what track you land on. And like I said, it's also going to depend in a bunch of different things. It will depend on which season you're playing, because in that particular season, what is it being matched against? What is its opposition in the same sub-league or nearby leagues? And then, is the season classic? Is it unbreakable? Is it ghost? Is it ghost to slipstream? Is it just a slipstream? There are so many variants that it's going to be very difficult to objectively say if a car is good or not. But at the very least, like I was saying, I can tell you that this is a car that it's reliable in the sense that it's a bit of a pleasure to drive. It's not a car that you're going to be struggling, because again, with such high handling, it just drives very easily. But again, you're kind of affected, or you're nerfed by the low top speed and the bad acceleration. So those are things that you're gonna have to keep in mind when you're driving with this car. Now right now I took the first place. I don't know what is behind me, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to keep it. Same problem as usual, top speed. Right? Uh-oh. Right behind me, please don't knock me down. I don't understand, is this regular classic? Or is this a slightly unbreakable? I don't know, because I've seen knockdowns. You saw that they knocked me down earlier, but I've also seen cars colliding a lot like that and still not getting knocked down. So I really don't know what's going on over there. This car is definitely faster. Come on, just hold for a little longer. Barely pulled that off. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was a Aston Martin Vantage GT12. Another one of the quote-unquote Grand Sport clones. There was also a Ferrari F12 TDF faster, Aventador SB faster, a Asterion a little bit faster, and 2 Dodge Vipers ACR. I mean, comparing the Viper versus the Club Sport is absolutely stronger, so that makes sense. But yeah, I'm gonna say that that was a bit of a surprising result. You know what? I'll take it. Maybe that's the power of using the official livery. I don't know. Okay, now we're talking Auckland. This might actually be good for me, though. There's a Venture South, definitely faster. The SFXX, much faster. But yeah, again, it all has to do with the luck that you get in the matchmaking and whatnot. There's too many variables now to be objective about saying whether or not a car is going to be useful or not in multiplayer. It just has to do with so many different variables that, well, that's why I like making this type of videos, just to give you an idea of what a mid-skill player like myself can do with a car, and just hope for the best. And this should, oh god, give you a bit of an idea of what the average player will be able to do, what is he going to be facing, at least in this particular series. And honestly, I had originally thought of, oh, I should test eventually, obviously, over time, I should test every car once in MP2 and once in MP1. But seeing how many variables are here on MP1, I would literally, in order to cover these cars more comprehensively, I would need to test a car in every single variant of MP1, and that is going to be like 12 videos per car, so that's really not going to work out. But as I was saying over here, now, as much as the FXXK is a better car overall, it does drift kind of wide. Same situation for the Aventador SV, and that is where a car like this with good handling and somewhat good drifting can actually end up getting a very convincing W. Look at that, 4 seconds faster than an Aventador, beating everything else over there. So see what I'm saying? It has to do with the track that you're on. See, Osaka. Now I would say that this is a bit of my advantage, but there's 2 Grand Sports and an Apex EP1, so they're still stronger cars than me, but hey, let's see what we can do. But I saw a video not too long ago by Marv, where he was discussing about how it would be interesting if we had seasons that were dedicated to certain types of cars. Like, oh, this is gonna be a season for top speed cars. This is gonna be a season for... I can see why that could be fun, but at the same time, I think a lot of the fun here precisely lies on that there's not one single car that is gonna be better at everything than anything else, unless you're talking about the Vel 16, but we shall not talk about that. No, but in general for the regular lower classes and whatnot, it is cool that you might bring a handling car like I did with this car, and you end up in a bunch of top speed oriented tracks. So a car that would in theory be very strong in certain tracks, you happen to be in the tracks in which is not really going to shine. But then you randomly get into some twisted tracks like Osaka, and then it can do pretty well. So I know that it feels frustrating to some degree. See, there's a Grand Sport, still a better car than this, obviously. There is a bit of frustration in there when you have the wrong car for the track. But once you land in the right one, it feels good. And as frustrating as it may be to have the wrong car in the wrong track, well, it's the same for your opponents. And for example, over here, I might end up with some people driving the Ferrari FX6K, and yet, you know, in theory, a better car or the Senna GTR, which are faster, but they're not as agile as this. So then you do have an opportunity. So I do kind of enjoy this. I got defeated by one Grand Sport. I did beat the other one, Ferrari FX6K, Senna GTR, F12 TDF, Apex, and Superleggera. Every single one of these cars is faster than mine, but because I landed in a what would I say, convenient track, it worked out for me. Oh, did I just rank up? I think I just ranked up. There we go. We just got out of that league with the car that I was doubting if it was gonna be any good. So yeah, once again, gives you, ooh, I got a bunch of packs. Now, I don't think there's anything in these packs that is useful for me, so I got all of these cars already. But hey, a bunch of credit coins, so I'll take them. But all right, let me just have a quick look at what are we gonna be racing against over here. We got the ZR1, Jaguar CX-75, Grand Sport, we already been racing that. VLF, the GT12, Apex, Bugatti V110, Apollo IE, Sin, and a Porsche Panamera. Really? The Porsche Panamera Turbo S is the highest one for this sub-league? All of these cars, I would think they're generally better. I think the Porsche, what it has is only the acceleration, but... Well, also very agile car. To some extent, it's similar to the Porsche... well, I'm talking about two Porsches, huh? You know what I'm saying, right? About the Cayman versus the whatever. Ooh, here we go. I got another Osaka race. Osaka. Oh, man, I wish I remember where... Every time that I say that Osaka in that way, it's because it's a reference to some video that I watched many years ago, and I can't remember what it is. But anyway, so this could be good for me, but once again, there's very strong cars there as well in terms of agility, so let's see what we can do. You know what? Overall, I'm finding this car not as bad as I thought it was. I mean, I know that this is not a bad car. It's not fantastic, sure, but it's not bad proper. But I did expect to get much worse results over here, and somehow I'm getting pretty decent ones, so color me surprised with that, or by that. Oh boy. But yeah, my speed is suffering, and I got knocked down. That wasn't even on purpose. I think it just got sandwiched or something. Oh well. Listen, you can't win them all, and overall I have had a very good track record for the races in this video, so not too bad. Let's see if I can climb a couple more positions. See, it says that the guy in front of is second place, but if you notice on the top left, it said that I was fifth. So yeah, this thing is miscounted. There's a couple of cars that don't have a position on the world. It's weird. Oh, there was a knockdown, and now I'm in third place. Let's go. Actually, now I'm in second place. Let's go. Let's just not bring out, please. So I've done this jump a bunch of times. Before I started recording this video, because I needed to get into the correct league, I was playing a little bit with the Ferrari FX6K, and I landed here in Osaka, and that jump I just messed up and lost massively because I overshot it. I went too much to the right, and I ringed out? Whatever is the past tense of ring. Alright, look at that, second place. Defeated by a Chevrolet Corvette Grand Sport again. Very good at handling, very agile. But I did beat the FX6K. And wow, there were 4 FX6K, all of they destroyed because they were in the wrong track. Or with the wrong, okay, wrong car, wrong track. Okay, Greenland, this is not gonna work out for my car. You can see already I am facing hurricanes as well, so yeah, no, I guess I was encountering already what, gold 4, so I guess now I'm also encountering gold 3 type of, or level of cars for this season. So we shall try. And yeah, I painted my car again because why not? Custom colors, such a blessing in this game. What can I say? I like it. See if I can overtake some people. Again, I may do some overtakes, but in the long run, particularly in like this, in areas where it's long straights and jumps and whatnot, is where what little advantage I get is not gonna hold for very long. I'm in 3rd place so far. I think my car with nitro goes as fast as the Corvette Grand Sport goes without nitro. So that tells you something related to the top two. Oh, but he went on the lower route. That might actually end up being advantageous for me. Or RIP. Come on. I don't believe I can keep this 1st place, but you bet that I'm gonna. No. This is another long straight with a bunch of jumps. Absolutely no way to keep this position. I mean, I already lost it, but you know what I'm saying. And there goes another slightly faster car, but it's slightly faster in a long. Oh wow! Did you see that sudden freeze? Oh, that seemed to be a connection issue somehow. Okay. Yeah, even if they're only slightly faster, but in a long enough piece of track, yes, still not gonna do great. But look at that, 30 points nonetheless. Man, I keep on climbing. Defeated by the Aston Martin Vantage and a Grand Sport, but I defeated an FX6K, the Huracan, 2 more Grand Sport, and another Vantage GT12. Man, this car do be doing some good stuff, huh? And remember, this isn't even at gold. I have it at max, not gold. Now, honestly, I don't think that goldening it. What is it? Golding or goldening? Anyway, I don't think that goldening the car is gonna make too much of a difference. Yeah, it will perform a little bit better, but I think it's just gonna be that, a little bit better. But still, like I said, the whole purpose of this was to show you, and also for me to investigate how good or bad would this car perform under these circumstances without the epic. Now, like I said in my previous video related to the special hunt, the last stage of the hunt where you can get the epics, it's also a really good stage to grind simply for credit. So like I was saying in that video, if you want to unlock the car as quickly as possible, yeah, overclock it and you should be able to unlock it without the epics. But if you don't have anything else to do with your tickets, I would suggest you to grind it out, well, to get the epics for the car, because why not? Might as well gold it. It's not so often that you get the opportunity to just straight up gold cars for free. And also because, well, that's good to grind for credit, so why not kill 2 stones with 1 single bird? That's how you say it. Totally, that's how you say it. Oh boy. Come on. Ah! I'm fine. Well, listen, still at 4th place. Had I not been knocked down, that still would have been a pretty good result. But hey, not too terrible, nonetheless. But yeah, I mean, color me surprised. Color me surprised overall, because this thing is performing very nice. Change the color once more, because that helps with luck, totally. It makes my car faster. But yeah, overall, I'm just gonna say that this is a car absolutely worth going for in the special. I keep on hearing reports on how the drop rates are insanely good. Like, people have been able to unlock the car really, really quickly. Again, I imagine because they're doing the overclocking in order to guarantee the unlock. And like I'm showing over here, even if you don't gold the car, you max star and you upgrade it all the way, it's still a very useful car. Not insanely amazing, but solid enough where it can give you some results. It's a fun car to drive. And like I said, as I say pretty much in every one of the special hunts, overall, it's such a good deal in this game to be able to unlock cars and gold them for free. You know how this game be when it comes to monetization and unlocking cars and then, you know, whatever. So having this opportunity to get this car for free, hey, pretty good. And I think this car has gotten regular hunts, but the obvious, well, I guess it would be a key hunt. But the obvious advantage over here is also being able to gold the car, so why not get it all? Get it all while you can. I think it's worth it. And if you have nothing better to do with your tickets, then yeah, go for the car because it do be very strong. I got defeated by the FX6K, but I did beat 3 Grand Sport, Advantage, and a 488 GTB. I'm telling you, it will have to do with what track you land on, but even then, you can still have some fun with the car and just hope for the best. But yeah, I still say, go for it. If you enjoyed this video, once again, you know what to do. Hit the like button, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.